We're playing chess on the Kasparov Chess Academy. We're going level 49, which is the first advanced level. I think there's something like 80 levels. So e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6. So let's see what we can do with this. I'm going to go for the Italian opening, of course. f1, c4. And black plays f8 to c5. Mirroring what I'm doing, and I always castle in this position, short castle. Black plays g8 to f6. Okay. Attacking my pawn there. I'm going to defend it. No, if I defend it with a pawn, I could lose my bishop. But I want to get a good strong chain here, so I'm going to do it. d2 to d3. I'll have to make a hole for that bishop, though. I've got to think of making a hole for it now, so I might have to do a2 to a3 in a moment. He hasn't castled yet. I should probably castle. You going to castle? Yeah, the higher the level you're playing at, the longer it takes to think, to make the moves. That's pretty much how it works. Doesn't like the Italian game. I think that's possibly foxed it slightly, that, because it's a bit of a dangerous move, that. But if he does want to hunt my bishop down, he's going to make his actions obvious, his intentions obvious, because he'll have to move a6 first, or else get rid of this knight out of the way so he can advance that one first, so that he can start to attack my bishop. So he can't really attack my bishop without giving me due warning. And meanwhile, I'm already going to be thinking of moving this to get it out. It does limit where my knight can advance to, of course, but my knight still has two decent squares to advance to, and I quite like coming to this square. I quite like my knights to connect in the middle. I often play like that. I call it cloning, so that if he brings his bishop up here, he can take that knight and I just take it and I just replace it with another knight that he can't take with a bishop, because he's only got one bishop of that colour. d7 to d5. He pushes immediately. I think that's a bit premature, but I kind of have to take. Otherwise I'll be a pawn down if I don't take. So I have to take it. Threatening his knight, so he'll probably recapture with the other knight. Now I'm considering c2 to c3, getting my queen up onto b3. Get my queen here behind that bishop, or I don't know. His queen could be vulnerable potentially from this position. There's things I can do, like taking that, moving that rook over before he castles, and then pushing this pawn up to threaten that. There are things I can do. Obviously that would then be his knight. I'd take, he captures the knight, I move over. If he doesn't castle in time, I push the pawn up. It's a fork anyway, it's a fork, pawn fork, so it would win a piece, so I might do that. It's a thought, isn't it? Just do a simple pawn fork. Except he can move the rook with check, but then I can just capture it. The knight, I mean. I think I should capture that pawn next. I mean, it's very advanced, but I think I should. It's very early attack. But I like the pawn fork. I like this pawn fork here. Otherwise, this pawn's not going to be able to do much unless I can get c2 onto there, but then that means moving the bishop all the way back like I was originally going to do, and I don't really like that. f6 to d5 takes the pawn there. So we're even. So now I think I can do that. I can just take that pawn there. He might say, are you sure? No, no. He recognises it's a reason. No, he did say, are you sure? I'm sure. Oh, his knight's... No, that's okay. Yep. Oh, of course, he could then capture the bishop with the knight. But then I'll go with check first, and then he's going to be slightly in a problem. I do think it's okay, this. Plus, I've got this. I mean, I've got this as well, and the rook. I've got lots happening here. You're certainly having to think about it. So I'm a pawn down at the moment. No, I'm not. I'm a pawn up. But he's about to take my knight for free. Sort of for free. In exchange for the pawn. He gets a knight, but I get a pawn and a positional advantage. Still thinking. Gary, what are you doing? Let's look at it from his side. He hasn't even castled yet, which is, that's the advantage of being white. What you're going to do is, it took so long to do that. I knew he was going to do that. Okay, so he takes there. Now, I could I think I'll just go with the castle straight away. We come with the pawn fork in a minute. No. Yes, castle straight away, otherwise he can take the bishop. Castle straight away. Rook over to there. So if he castles now, I'll just simply recapture now the knight. He can't capture my bishop because of the king being in check there. If he castles, he's going to lose the knight immediately. If he doesn't castle, the pawn comes forward with the knife and does the pawn fork as planned. So that was my little idea there. If he doesn't castle, he's going to be in trouble. I wish I had my c pawn. I wish I had the ability to check with the queen that way as well. But this is, you don't always have time, because in chess, obviously, it is a race in some ways. And one move can be costly in terms of timing. So, yes, I don't have the queen out there, but see, this bishop and pawn combination is nice and strong. Bishop in front of a pawn like that is always lovely. I've still also got the option at some point of even sacking my white bishop with check if he fails to castle in time, and then that can then I can unlock my queen to do some queen forks. Look at all these pieces unprotected here. These knight and this bishop both unprotected. What are you going to do? Not much happening in the middle of the board, is there? c8, g4. Okay, attacks my queen. Don't really see that that's... I think we'll just do the check first. Grab your teddy. Oh, of course, that's taken now. It's now given me the bishop, hasn't it? Because it's taken away the knight that was guarding the bishop. I've just realised. So, yeah, I'm playing better than even I realised today. So, to get out of check, he could bring his knight back, or I would probably bring the black bishop back if I were he. But we'll see what he does. I wouldn't move the king. Yep, you're in check. And things are very bad for you. We were playing Kasparov's Chess Academy. This is Marks and Spencer branded version of the game. It's actually really good. He's a good chess computer. It's much more imaginative than than the old Novak chess computer that I had years ago. It plays much more exciting chess than your average chess computer. It's pretty impressive actually, but we're playing it at the moment only on level 49, as I say, which is the very first advanced level, the lowest advanced level. You've got beginner, intermediate and advanced. Right, d8 to e7. He's giving me his queen. I did see that he might actually do that, but obviously I must take it. There's no, it doesn't even, it's not even a choice. And he'll be captured with the king. I have to take this bishop next, because my queen is still being attacked. Yeah, by that little bishop. Black's position is very, very bad, isn't it? I can't see any fancy knight forks or anything. I just don't see that he's got anything. He's got no attack on my king. I mean, he's got that bishop lined up, but I can't really see how it's going to do anything. Queen takes bishop. It's not a canoe, it's a kayak. But on this occasion, I'll allow it. Black, you are lost. Do some forcing things like fianchetto there, bring the bishop out there, forcing him to exchange his bishop off. It's 2 moves though, it's a bit slow. I'd rather do something quicker. Don't forget, he's still got his 2 rooks. If I was playing against a human player, I would be very concerned at this point to watch for attacks on my queen. d5 to b4. Okay, just moves out of the way of that bishop that I was attacking it with. Going to attack his bishop there with my little pawn there. I'm going. Oh, he wants to grab my rook with his knight. That's all right, I don't mind. I mean, let's play fair. I didn't see that in time. Just move the bishop there afterwards, and then he can't escape without getting recaptured. So you just get a slightly better piece than the one he's giving up. Although, to be fair, in his position, I would not want to give up a knight. The knight is about the only hope he's got of capturing my queen. Is his knight. So in fact, I'd quite happily, in a real game, I'd quite happily give up my rook for his knight when he's in this position, because those knight forks, that's how you lose your queen this late in the game. Anyway, he's going to take that pawn. He's going to take c2. It'll be b4 to c2, in which case bishop for a rook, but then I'll still get the knight afterwards. So in fact, I'll get bishop and knight in return for a rook and a couple of pawns. That's what will happen. b4 to c2. Yeah, he's going for it. So we'll take that. Bishop next. Yep. Oh, actually, I can do a fork and grab his knight. It's even better. Check. Yeah. I'm not playing as well as I would if I was looking at a screen, or if I was not videoing it, perhaps, you know. He's in check at the moment. After he grabs the pawn with his bishop, I may be able to use another check to win his bishop with another queen fork. We'll see. It's all a bit slow. I mean, I've got other freebies. I've got a pawn sitting up there for free. So level 49, maybe not the best. I mean, it's supposed to be the first of the advanced levels of this Kasparov chess game. I don't know if I can play my old games on this. E7 to D7. King moves out of check. And actually, I think we're getting close to a checkmate situation, to be honest. I don't really need to capture that knight. I mean, once it's there, it's not going to be doing anything. I think I'm going to capture this instead. I'll leave the knight for a minute. Let's capture that bishop.
Are you sure?
Because I think checkmate is imminent. But this level 49 Marks and Spencer's Kasparov Chess Academy. It's a really good game. It's not made by Marks and Spencer's, but it's branded by. They've branded it and sold it. Christmas, probably in their Christmas. I got it in a charity shop for a very good price. You get a little chess set with magnetic pieces, as well as a computer, a talking computer. And he does the "Are you sure?" when he thinks you've made a bad move. It's a pretty impressive little machine. I suppose the only drawback for me about this machine is that as you go up in the levels, basically he thinks for longer. That's how the levels are done. The higher the level, the longer the computer thinks for moving. And I play chess quicker than this machine at this level. So I think a check with this pawn will be good because it will block him off from being able to move up here. C2 takes the A1. He finally grabs his teddy. Finally grabs my rook, which, as I say, I've already quite happy to let that go. I think my next move is actually this. Take that pawn up there. And now my queen and my bishop can work together to with this bishop as well. This bishop can now come out here without being blocked by a pawn, and he won't be able to escape into here. So I'm looking to get my black bishop involved, and then we can scissor him with the two bishops. Might not even need the queen. Might not even need the queen. Certainly if I hem him in first by this pawn check, and then it'll just be a question of white bishop check, black bishop check, queen coming forward and using whichever bishop to anchor onto. He can't bring his knight away from there now because the queen's guarding that square. So he doesn't actually have the option of escaping now, having stolen my rook, so we might as well consider that for the purposes of the game I've recaptured that knight. A8 to F8. It's a bit late for a counter-attack, and that's not going to help. That's just going to block him in. Now I can actually go here with check, I think. Well, we'll do this first to create this wall.
Are you sure?
I mean, he'll capture it with the pawn, I think, but that will create this wall, you see, that he'll then be stuck behind. Saves my queen having to look out for that square. Then when he captures, then I get him on the light squares with the queen, and then the dark squares with the bishop. Actually, no, I won't even need the black bishop, I don't think. I might do just for... Yeah, I might do towards the end. We'll see. Oh, of course, his rook can take my bishop. I didn't see that. God, how stupid am I? Oh, no, but it can't yet. Not yet. No, because of my... I've checked him. What am I talking about? See, he's taking so long to move that I'm forgetting where we were in the game. I can't play chess this slow. I really can't. It's going to be checkmate with the bishop. It's going to be checkmate with the bishop. So I don't know why he says, are you sure? b7 to c6. Obviously captures it. But now... check there with my queen. Doesn't matter about that knight now. That can escape all at once because he's in check. He's only got one square he can really move to, and it'll be a bishop checkmate. It didn't need that rook at all. A bishop will be enough. He's still in check. d7 to d8. Now you're going to hear the immortal words. As my black bishop comes out for the first time.
Checkmate.
There it is, final position. That's level 49 of the Kasparov Chess Academy.